Okay, so this is the bomb game, and it is created for students who are about 4 to 5 years old in our K2 program, and it's to review their speaking, listening, writing, and reading skills. It includes use of pronouns he and her, or sorry, he or she, as well as different verbs that they've learned. Um, the target speaking will be things like he can fly, she cannot run, these types of things. So by clicking anywhere on the game, we explode. They get really excited when they see this. So this page is an explanation of the point system and the reward system. So depending on how many fingers the hand has up is how many points the students can receive. So if you get a bomb, you lose all your points. Here they can steal 1 point from another team. When I use this with my college students, I would have them steal 5 points. It's a bit more exciting, but with this age group, 5 points is just too much. They can't handle it, and it'll cause way too many tears. So 1 point seemed like more age appropriate. Or they can switch points with another team. This is really fun when students have the highest points and they still have to sacrifice and switch. You can choose to play a more PG version where if you have the top points, you don't need to switch. But I think it's important for students to learn sportsmanship and that they don't always get their way and that they have to accept the rules of a game. And so the first time you play this and the higher teams have to switch, maybe they get really upset or angry, but when you use similar games or similar rules in the future, then they'll have learned to accept it. So these are all images of things that the students are able to recognize and say in English. I was very specific to choose icons that they would be able to verbalize. So for example, if we click on this pig, so you have different teams, or you can have students do this individually. If you have 15 students, it'd probably be quite boring for them to do it individually. So then you might want to put them into maybe 4 teams or 5 teams, and you'll say, what would you like to pick? And maybe they say a pig. So you click on the pig, and there's this symbol that we used for he, and they know a heart means loves, and they know ice cream. And because we have a symbol of somebody speaking, that means that this is a speaking prompt. So the students would have some time, about 15 to 20 seconds, to think of their answer and say, he loves ice cream. And if they are wrong, then we say, who knows? And whichever team raises their hand first can answer. And then whoever's right, you click anywhere on the screen, and they get 3 points. So this would be written on the board. To get out of this screen, you need to click the home screen on the bottom. So by clicking the home screen, the pig disappears, and then we could click something else. So let's click this cat. So here, while it says speaking, this is actually a reading comprehension question. So this is testing their reading ability. The dog can run quickly, but he cannot swim. What can the dog do well? And the students should say that the dog can run well. So here we have some reading and we have some speaking. 4 points. Back to home screen. Pencil. So here we have a writing. They know this is a tree, and they've seen this before in their PPTs to mean grow. So the tree grows. And it would be important that they put the article the, because they've already learned this in class. So they should write on the board, the tree grows. If they don't use the indefinite article, then I can say, oh, you almost have it, let's split the points. Who can correct it? And whoever can come up and write the, then they would split the points. So here, since it's a split point and it's a steal point, I would let both teams steal a point from someone. So they've also learned negative responses. So here it's speaking, and they know it's a girl. They've used this before. She can't sing. And later we would teach them that probably they should say she can't sing well. But in the meantime, it's just getting the basic negative conjugations in present simple tense. So this would continue until all of them are gone, and we would keep the scoreboard. But as I said, it allows for reading skills, speaking skills, writing skills, and listening skills, because some of them might be listen to the teacher and answer this question. So it really includes all of the above, and it also allows for some fun teamwork and review of so much more than just the target language. It allows for a review of, nouns, these things that they see as well. So, enjoy. Thanks.